What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Get Rich or Go Broke Trying. I'm your host, Eddie Kang. It is NFL Week 2. In a few minutes, I got a 5-unit play for y'all and 2 3-unit plays. But just real quick, we're going to recap the last week's episode, and we're going to get right to it. So sitting on 68, 54, and 3 for the year, 54.4%, still up 6.5 units. We getting over 10 today. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to fucking do it. Quick recap. Last episode, 2-2. We took center to cover 7.5 games versus Lorenzo Musetti. He won in straight sets, covered the 7.5 by when it had I think it was 9 games. So that cashed. We took Amanda Anisimova not to win a set at -132 versus Swiatek. I actually need to give Amanda Anisimova a shout out. Because we low-key dog walked her on the show last week after her double bagel against Wimbledon. And she really showed some mental fortitude and bounced back. Beat Swiatek in fucking straight sets. Knocked her out of the U.S. Open. I thought she was going to give Sabalenka a run for her money, but like I've been telling you guys on the podcast, all year, Sabs is the best player in the world when she's on her shit. And she was on her shit in the finals. But I did want to give a shout out to Amanda Anisimova because I did not think she was going to avenge that loss to Swiatek at all. So I just wanted to give her props to that, even though we doubted her. Eagles -7.5 versus the Cowboys at -122. That did not cash. I believe it was like 24-20, 24-21. It was that was a weird game. He had an ejection as soon as the game started. We probably should have known something like that was going to happen, especially, first game of the season, divisional matchup. I'll own that one. And then we have Felix Auger-Aliassime versus Alex de Minaur over 17.5 total aces at -110. That cashed. Felix Auger-Aliassime did that by himself. I think he finished with like 22 aces. Really low number for what those two were doing. So I'm glad we were able to go ahead and take advantage of those and cash those in. All right, so moving on. Week 2, NFL Sunday. I got some shit for y'all. All right, first one we're going to start with, I'm going to give y'all the straights first, and then I'm going to give y'all the big unit plays. Starting off, we're taking Broncos money line -120 versus the Colts. Denver beat the Colts last year in Indianapolis. For those who don't remember, that was the Jonathan Taylor dropping the ball before the end zone play. Really turned the game around. The Colts were looking like they were going to run away with it before that. And then it seemed like right after that happened, like the entire game fell apart for the Colts. Broncos came back and won. I think Denver's pass rush is going to be the difference maker here. The Colts are still unsettled in their offense. I know they looked good last week, but they were playing arguably the worst team in the league. Maybe second or third worst team in the league in the Dolphins. And I just don't I don't see Indianapolis really putting up too much of a fight in this one unless we've all been wrong about Daniel Jones. But I'm gonna lean on the defense, the pass rush, and Bo Nix on this one. So -120, we'll take that for the first pick. Second pick, New York Jets playing the Buffalo Bills, 1 p.m. We're taking the Jets at +6.5. I really feel like this is going to be an emotional letdown spot for the Bills after the energy and emotion that they exhausted on their win against Baltimore last week in the comeback. The Jets historically play Buffalo close, and they historically have a good run game against Buffalo. So when you get those two together and you put the combination that they're at home, I really feel like that's going to be a good spot for the Jets to cover, a touchdown spread here and potentially win the game outright. I'm not going that far, but 6.5, I'll take that. Now, this is my favorite play of the week coming up. Monday, 8 o'clock, 7:15, I think 7:15. Tampa Bay Bucks +125 versus the Houston Texans. This is going to be a 3-unit play. I really like this Tampa Bay team. I think they got better on offense this year. I think their defense, I don't think it got worse. I don't know about better yet. We'll see. But even if it's just as good as it was last year, I still really like the roster stability. Still not really sure about Houston's offense right now. Kind of look a little suspect against the Rams. I don't know if that's just because the Rams still have a really good defense or if it's because Houston has receivers out. but I really like the Buccaneers at plus money here. I think plus 120 steal. Honestly, I wanted to tell you guys a 10-unit play, but I'm not. I ain't that guy. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it as a plus 125 3-unit play. But that is my favorite play of the week. Now I got 2 parlays for you guys as well. I got a money line 3-team parlay. This is at plus 244. Taking the Steelers money line versus the Seahawks. The defense at home under Tomlin is always great. Tomlin has a very good record as a slight favorite. And it's a 1:00 game for a West Coast team. Like, that usually tends to not bear out well for them. This is the DK Metcalf revenge game. I expect the Steelers to start the season 2-0 and walk away from their home stadium with a win. The second leg in this parlay, I'm taking the Bengals money line versus the Jags. Burrow usually does really well after a subpar passing game. I like Cincinnati's weapons more than I like the Jags secondary. Still, kind of wondering. I know I picked the Jags to win the AFC South, but this was not one of the games I had them winning to start the season. I didn't want to take the 3.5. If you're feeling kind of spicy, you can. But I expect Burrow, Chase, Higgins to step up and ball out in this game. So we're going to take the Bengals money line at home. And then the third play, we're taking the Rams money line on the road against the Titans. I like the matchup of the Rams offense against the Titans defense. Cam Ward looked good in his first game. Only problem is he doesn't have any fucking weapons. Calvin Ridley's not what he used to be. Tony Pollard's kind of it. Offensive line's looking shaky. I think Ward's going to do what he can to keep these boys in the game. But I just think the Rams, as old as they are still too good. So we're going to take the Rams on the road at money lines. Like I said, if you take the Steelers, Bengals, and Rams, and parlay them together, all money line, you'll get plus 244. I like that as a 3-unit play. Last one. Had to save the best for last. I'm actually proud of myself for the way I thought of this one. It's a 5-unit play. Minus 120. It's a 2-legger. We're starting off. Plus 4.5 versus the Chiefs. Philly's defense has been phenomenal over the last couple of years. I really think they're going to keep this game very close on the road. Mahomes has never lost 3 straight games. This is but I really feel like it's going to happen today. If the Chiefs win, I don't see it as a blowout. I think it's either going to be a very close Chiefs win or Eagles blowout. I don't see an Eagles close win. I don't see a Chiefs blowout. The regular line, the actual line is Eagles minus 1.5, I think. But we took the alt spread. We were able to get it, I think, like 220 minus 220. So you're giving me more than a field goal. I'm gonna take that, and I combined it with Cardinals money line versus the Panthers. Carolina's offense is still searching for rhythm. Cards looked good last week, albeit against the Saints. This time they're at home. I actually went to this game in Carolina last year. The Cardinals were in control for most of the game until the Panthers came alive late at the end. And forced it to overtime. Chuba Hubbard went wild in this game last year. But unfortunately, this game is not in Carolina. It's going to be in Arizona. So I decided to just take the Cards money line. I'm not trusting the points with this one. Still waiting to see Carolina's improvement on the offensive end. Bryce Young to take that next step. I don't see it happening right now. And I believe in Marvin Harrison Jr. stepping up. I like the weapons of Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey McBride, and James Conner, Roman Wilson more than I like Xavier Leggett, Tommy Timble, and Chuba Hubbard. So 5-unit play. Eagles plus 4.5. Cardinals money line minus 120. Broncos minus 120. Jets plus 6.5. Buccaneers favorite play of the week plus 125 money line versus Texans. And then the 3-team money line parlay: Steelers, Bengals, Jags. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you have a great Sunday. I hope you have a great end of your weekend, a fun day of football, and as always, get rich or go broke trying.